Meat for Optimal Health. We are so delighted that you joined us today for this another episode. Please remember that this season we are focused on gut health because, truth be told, 70% of your immune system is actually in your gut. We are transitioning into the colder weather, so it's important for our gut to be healthy so that our immune system can function well. But before we begin this recipe, permit me to remind you that Uzima Lifestyle Center is your one-stop shop for all your health and wellness needs. Preventive health, that is. You can visit us on www.uzimalifestylecenter.org, or you can send us an email at uzimalifestylecenter@yahoo.com. And better still, you can call us at 917-531-7901. So if you have family members or friends that have been diagnosed with a chronic disease and they are looking for a naturopathic approach or a natural approach to health and wellness, please refer them to us. We are all about getting people on the road to optimal health. And yes, we offer diabetes and hypertension prevention and self-management classes. As a matter of fact, all chronic diseases. And recently, we have rolled out a very robust program for people who have been recently diagnosed or who have been battling this dreaded disease called cancer for a while. So come to us and we'll be happy to serve you. For today, we'll be making the vegan shakshuka. This is a dish you can use as a breakfast dish or as a lunch dish, whatever you prefer. But really, this shakshuka is actually a Northern African dish made from poached eggs. But instead, we will have the vegan twist to it, and we'll be using firm organic tofu. So, for this recipe, what we need is our tofu. You can see our block of tofu here. And yes, it is firm organic. In addition to that, we are going to use bell peppers. We are going to use onions. Here we have our leeks, our diced tomatoes, our garlic, and here we have our celery. In addition to that, we are going to use the nutritional yeast. We have here some garlic powder, onion powder, yes, red pepper flakes, and cumin. These are all the wonderful ingredients that we are going to use. To get us started, we'll just take this tofu and pat dry it to make sure we get the water out of it. Now that the water is out of it, we will put it in this bowl, and then we will just make sure that we are mashing this up really well. We want to just break this up in very small pieces. Now, what I usually like to do, even though the recipe doesn't call for this, I like to put a little bit of tamari on there and some dry thyme. So I'm going to do just that. So here we have it. We have our firm tofu, and I am just making sure I crush it into smaller pieces. And here we have our tamari. The tamari is unfermented soy sauce. Then I'm going to just continue to mix this in well. And to this, I'm going to add some dry thyme. So what I like to do here, and I want to make sure you're seeing what I'm doing. What I like to do here is to just put a small amount of water in my pan, in my skillet. And then I'm going to bring this to a boil. And then I'm going to add the tofu so that it cooks a little. All right? So here we have our tofu all ready. And as soon as the water starts to boil, I'm going to add the tofu and have this cook. Just for about 2 to 3 minutes, I will have this cooked. Okay, good. I can see my water is boiling here, so I'm going to add my tofu. To the tofu, I'm going to add my nutritional yeast flakes. And I'm going to let it cook really well. I'm going to just cover my skillet and allow this to cook. While that is in progress, permit me to tell you some of the benefits of tofu to gut health. Tofu and other soy products can benefit the gut. Did you know that? This is very important because tofu has fiber, which helps with the digestion, and actually it feeds the good bacteria in the gut. It has what we call prebiotics. Soy contains oligosaccharides, which are carbohydrates that act as prebiotics. They feed the good bacteria in the gut. And yes, we need these good bacteria to function very, very well. We need them to multiply. Tofu also has isoflavones. These are plant compounds in the soy that may reduce inflammation and support the gut lining. Yes, you heard me correctly. It also has bifidobacteria and lactobacillus. And these are types of bacteria. And studies have shown that eating soy can increase the levels of these healthy bacteria in the gut. So you can't go wrong. All around, these are benefiting your gut. And yes, they're able to reduce pathogenic bacteria. That's the harmful bacteria. Soy consumption can reduce the amount of harmful bacteria in your gut, which may lower your risk of many, many different diseases. Now, fermented soy products like miso and tempeh are especially good for the gut because they contain both the soy and the good gut bacteria. Tofu is fully cooked. And so we have our largest skillet on the stove. So what we are doing here, we are going to saute the tomatoes and onions and all of those good stuff so that we can get this on the road. So we're going to bring this to a boil. And once this is boiling, then we are going to add to this our tomatoes we are going to add our onions, our garlic, and all that good stuff so that we can make this nice rich sauce. Okay, so as you can see, our water is boiling here in our skillet. So what we are going to do, we are going to add our onions and our garlic. And our bell peppers. See the beautiful colors? You can do green bell peppers, red bell peppers, whatever you choose. And so what we are going to do here now, we are going to cover this and let it saute really good. Let me tell you a little bit about the benefit of the tomatoes, because we're going to do the tomatoes. Just a second, we're going to add that. Tomatoes are very good for your gut health. It is great for the gut microbiome. What we have found in studies, that diet that include tomatoes, either frozen tomatoes or powdered tomatoes or fresh tomatoes, it has a diverse set of beneficial gut microbes. And this is very, very important for the gut microbiome. Now, this was done in some studies using animals. Then, tomatoes, as you know, has rich pigmentation. And when we think of those rich pigmentation, we think of antioxidants. Tomato contain lycopene, an antioxidant that can reduce inflammation, and it helps the body to fight against chronic diseases. Also, it's a prebiotic. It has prebiotic properties. Tomatoes may have prebiotic properties which can boost the activity of the healthy gut bacteria. And yes, there are vitamins and minerals and fiber also. Tomato contains vitamin, minerals, and dietary fiber, which can help to promote healthy digestive system. Tomatoes are a part of the nightshade family, and they are they were once believed to be alkaline in the nightshade family there. And, it was believed that it could cause digestive issues. However, there is little medical evidence to this effect. And because they have the alkaloids, they are more likely to have benefits to the gut and the microbiome. Now, this is very, very important, and you also need to know that the leaves can be very beneficial as well. So tomatoes all around, it's beneficial. And also, a point of interest, tomato is also beneficial for prostate cancer. But it's better if it's lightly cooked. More of the lycopene will be more bioavailable. So here we have the importance of. Now we have added the tomatoes to our onion, garlic, and sweet peppers. And we are going to have this saute, and we are going to cover it to make sure that it sautés in its own juice, so it will be very nutritious and beneficial. Now, while those are being sauteed, permit me to tell you a little bit about the leeks. Did you know that leeks are great for gut health? Leeks can support a healthy gut. They contain probiotics. As a matter of fact, they contain prebiotics, which are a type of fiber that feed the gut bacteria. Yes, these prebiotics in the leeks are a natural source of inulin, a prebiotic fiber that feeds the bacteria and gut in the gut. When gut bacteria break down prebiotic, they produce the short chain fatty acids, and these are called SCFAs, They can reduce intestinal inflammation. They regulate the intestinal pH. They support the growth of beneficial bacteria. They have anti-cancer effects. They are anti-inflammatory. They have anti-inflammatory substances. Yes. Leeks contain organ sulfur, a compound, and flavonoids, which may help reduce intestinal inflammation and protect against bowel-related disease. Now, these are also nutritionally dense, and leeks are low in calories, but they are very high in vitamins and minerals, and these include things like vitamin K, vitamin A, and manganese. When choosing leeks, look for the ones that are fresh, firm, and brightly colored. Avoid leeks that are discolored, yellow, and bruised, and have cracked and look kind of shiny. So you need to be very mindful about the types of leek that you purchase. So now that we have all our vegetables nicely cooked, we have it on low, and to this we are going to add some veggie bouillon. This is going to give it real great flavor. You see that the veggies are not very soggy. They're nicely cooked. The tomatoes are nice and soft. And to this, we are going to add some organic tomato sauce. So we are adding our organic tomato sauce here. And we are going to let this cook. Now, as this continues to cook, we are going to add our cumin. This gives it really great flavor. Not too much. And then we are going to add our red pepper flakes. And yes, we are going to add our onion and garlic powder. So we have just added all of our ingredients here, and we're going to let this saute some more. You see how nice and colorful this looks? So we're going to cover this and let it continue to cook. Now, as the sauce is cooking there, let us talk a little bit about the celery and gut health. Celery is excellent for gut health. It has a lot of fiber, which is great for digestion by moving the waste through your system and allowing your body to absorb nutrients. Celery contains both soluble and insoluble fiber. It has plant compounds such as phytonutrients and flavonoids, and they may help with your gut health. The phytonutrients may protect the digestive mucosa and guard against gastric ulcers. Yes, you heard it here. Then it has flavonoids. This may inhibit the growth of certain kind of bad bacteria. Then it has luteolin, a plant compound found in celery juice that may reduce inflammation in the gut. And yes, celery is great for blood sugar management. The celery is low in sugar and it contains soluble fiber, which can slow down the digestion of sugar and protect your body from having these sugar spikes. Celery can help improve your gut health. Celery is also a good source of vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin K, as well as minerals such as folate and potassium. Yes, celery is all around good and it can help with the healing of your gut and strengthen your microbiome. Yes, so now we are going to take our tofu and we are going to just put it in here in this sauce and allow it to cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. You want to make sure that it's absorbing all this good sauce. We are just at the end of this, making sure it's nice and compact here. Great. We have our last little bit that we are going to put in there. Now you see how nice and colorful this looks. We are going to cover this and let it cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. And on the as we end our dish, we are going to add some parsley flakes and some celery here. And then we are going to add some feta cheese. And this feta is vegan. So take a good look at our dish. Very colorful, very nutritious. So ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. Our gut healing vegan shakshuka made from tofu. I would like you to try this recipe and leave a comment on our page so you can let us know how yours came out. We are serving this with the 22 grain bread, right? We want to thank you for joining us today for this, our episode of Eat for Optimal Health, where we are focused on gut health. So thanks again for joining us. Remember, as always, eat for optimal health, for your body is God's temple. See you in the next 2 weeks.